Welcome to Supers Live. This is the Supermodified Ultimate Pavement Racing Series, and we are live for the start of our 15th anniversary non-wing Supermodified season. I'm Bob Ganger. I'll be your host tonight as I race and try to talk and not get the two tangled up and stay out of the fence on the big steel walls of Oswego Speedway. We're glad you could join us here today or tonight, and we hope that you are ready to watch some great super modified racing. We've got a pretty cool deal here tonight with just the Port City kickoff, and it's a pretty simple one. Just one heat race tonight, short car count, but we're going to do our best to put on a good show for everybody out there, and then we'll have our 50-lap feature. The heat race is 10 laps in length, and the top four drivers will get their handicap back. What's a handicap, you might ask? Well, that's the last three races that a driver has run, handicap based on where he finished. So for a first place finish in a feature, it's 80 points. For second place, 75, 70, 65, 60, and so on. And those add up for the last three races. What that does is that gives everybody a pretty fair shot at getting a good starting position at least once. But when you're as good as guys like Rob Warren, who's your reigning non-wing champion and just wrapped up a fantastic season in the wing division with the championship, chances are you could start at the back, and most of the time you're going to have to race your way into this one to get that handicap back, and then you're going to start at the back again in the feature. So that's a brief explanation of how our races are handicapped during the non-wing season. No time trials for those of you that are familiar with that in short track racing that are watching us here tonight. We want to let everybody know that we are just coming off a very short break, about three weeks and a couple of days, and it has been a quick turnaround, and it was an exhausting but very fulfilling 15th anniversary wing season that was just completed, and Rocket Rob Warren had one heck of a run in a season-long battle with Keith Put One on You Powell, Warren out of New York, Powell out of Ohio. Those two went back and forth all season long, and Rob Warren ended up coming home with the win. Brad Keyser was your icings on top Rookie of the Year. He's making his first non-wing start here tonight at Oswego Speedway. Keep your eyes on the red number 3. Also in attendance tonight, the Fighting Fireman, Derek Backus out of Mexico, New York, and the elder statesman of Supers, Carl Bonsai Becker, ready to do battle here this evening with Powell, Gangwer, and Warren. Warren racing out of Chicago. Not sure what we can expect out of Rob as to how things will go for him, but always a champion and the defending winner of this race. Now, this race has only had a couple of guys that have won more than once, and Rob Warren is one of those. Rob's first win in this race came in 2011, and then, as we said last year, Keith Powell, he could double up tonight, become a multiple winner of the Port City kickoff. Keith's win came in 2017. Miles Maxson has the most wins of all in the Port City kickoff with 3. Other winners include John Davidson with 2, Ray Sand Jr. with 2, Clinton Sear, Jeff Weber, Jim Crannell, and Sean Gibbs, the lone Canadian, all have one race win here in the Port City kickoff. Well, if you're just joining us, you've never seen a Supers event before, we want to remind you that we go super modified sim racing for the right reasons. And what we mean by that is all donations made to the Super Modified Ultimate Pavement Racing Series go to the Dion Parrish Memorial Benevolent Fund for injured Super Modified drivers and their families. Each time you hit the track with Supers as a Goldcrest member, that donation to race with Supers goes into the Benevolent Fund to help those injured drivers. Or if you sponsor a lap for the Topless 200, our season-ending non-wing race, that money also goes into the Benevolent Fund to help injured drivers. We want to give a shout out to Allison Slode, the first female to win a super modified race at Oswego Speedway last week or 2 weekends ago. Otto Sitterly also a winner there at Oswego. And this week, a whole lot more racing as they'll be going twin 35s at the Big O. You want to go to OswegoSpeedway.com. You can learn more about home of the super modifieds where we're racing here. This is the R Factor Gaming platform, and we'll have a great mix this season of R Factor NASCAR Heat coming up next week for race number 2, and R Factor 2, 2 races scheduled on our 13-race season here for the non-wing summer events. Well, before we get go any further, we want to say hello to all of our fans in our new chat room on SUPRS Live. If you're on Twitch, we've got chat up there as well, and you can chat to us through that. But the chat room has about 10 slots. It's free to use. All you got to do is log in with your favorite social account or your chat roll account, and you can chat away to other fans or send us a question as well. Don't forget as well, you want to hit our merch store. Anything purchased from that goes to the general fund of SUPRS and helps with being able to buy awards and so on for our members. Got some great shirts up, including the Carl Bonsai Becker fan club shirt. You're gonna love it. Great job by Breeze Graphics putting that together. We've got some coffee mugs as well as some ladies tanks. So check out our merch store, streamlabs.com/merch.